everyone, and welcome back. I'm Sean. Today we are talking about Jumpluff, which recently got top to second place at Louisville Regionals, piloted by Joseph Ugarte. And we're going to talk about, is Jumpluff going to be good in Reg H? Can it continue to be good? So first off, on Joe Ugarte's team, it was mainly paired next to Torkoal to get Sun up for it, and this was a supportive Torkoal with Overheat, Burning Jealousy, Helping Hand, and Just Protect. This is a pretty good set. I do think it's a bit interesting. I don't remember its item. I think it may have been Charcoal, but it's just an item. Jumpluff was Covert Cloak. I'm going to get into Covert Cloak and item on Jumpluff, but Jumpluff, pretty obvious. You're going to be running, not Tailwind, Tailwhip. You're going to be running Tailwind, always. Then Sleep Powder. Sleep Powder is a dangerous move, to say the least, especially with it missing half the time. Then it usually will run. His was running Encore. I actually think, okay. Well, does it get Taunt? It does not get Taunt. Never mind. If it got Taunt, that'd be really good, but Encore is pretty good. It can lock itself. Trick Room users still want to be clicking Encore. It's got some interesting moves, like you can run Memento if you really want to. I just think Protect is going to be very good, because I think Sash is actually very good. On this, I actually almost would prefer Sash with some of its defenses and HP, so I actually almost would think more of an idea of something that can maybe give it some damage, but I'm not sure if there's anything it really wants to do. I think Leaf Dance would be its best move, or Leaf Storm, so I think this is actually what I prefer to run and completely invest into its speed. Its special attack actually is really bad, so you're mostly going to be going for speed. You can even run a no attack move set if you really want to, but your main thing is going to be getting double speed from Sun and going for Sleep Powders and Tailwinds for the rest of your team, which is very good next to other Pokemon such as the Hisuian Typhlosion, which was also paired on his team, because it allows you to run Specs, which is great in this form, especially Terrifier, because it can KO. If it's in the Sun under Tailwind, you're almost KOing everything with Specs. And that's very nice. It takes a lot of resistances. And this core, I think, is very dangerous. I do think there are some interesting ideas. Like, I do think this does have some weaknesses. Specifically, like, Pelipper Rain teams, like the Arch Rain team, I think is a rough match for it. But overall, Sleep Powder can be a bit inactive. This is where I think Jumpluff is that weird situation where it's in a very weird spot, where it's almost doing stuff in weird ways. Like, it's Sleep Powder, it's sharing a role with Lilligant, except it does not get after you. If it got after you, it would pretty much be sharing the same thing, but the difference is it gets Tailwind. So that's almost what I want to think. You're thinking of you're going for a more supportive Pokemon with Sleep Powder and with Tailwind, or you can go with Hisuian Lilligant, enabling Pokemon like your Torkoals to be more offensive and can do more damage with Pokemon such as Leaf Blade, Close Combat, but also after you and Sleep Powder, it gets some support moves as well. I think Hisuian Lilligant may still be better than Jumpluff, but Tailwind is still pretty good. If your team needs a Tailwind user, it is good. But I just think I could see Lilligant being made just a bit better than Jumpluff in many situations, which makes me kind of doubt if Jumpluff can stay a mainstay in this format, which I don't think it will. I think it will still be a niche use for Sun teams, especially ones where support Torkoal is going to be used. I do think Burning Jealousy is a great move for it, especially with all the Swords Dance King Gambits around, and just a lot of setup Pokemon, especially on physical sides. Bulk Up Corviknight was another Pokemon that really saw usage. I also think Clear Smog is a pretty interesting move on Torkoal, specifically with all the Archallons running around. If you can force out the Terra, say Terra Grass to avoid Sleep Powders, I do think it's interesting. I think you could either run Covert Cloak or focus Sash, but I personally would prefer Sash. But I do think there's some interesting ideas with Jumpluff. I could make it see some interesting usage. I think it's going to be a bit weird, but I think it could have some potential in this form. But I'll tell you what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.